Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to your English class. Today we will read a new chapter that is My Childhood. Now, the chapter My Childhood is an extract taken from the autobiography of APJ Abdul Kalam, Wings of Fire. In this extract, Abdul Kalam introduces us to his father, mother, friends, and teacher. You'd come across incidents that shade the personality of such a humble scientist who became the 11th President of India in the year 2002. He is a source of inspiration to each one of us, right? So, let's begin the chapter. Before we read the chapter, let us know what is there inside the chapter in short. Kalam, who was born in a middle class Tamil family in Rameswaram, his parents, Jainul Abdin and Ashyamma, his mother was a very generous person. So, though Kalam was born in a middle class Tamil family in Rameswaram, his parents are very generous. So, naturally, the descendant, that is Kalam, will also be very generous. Kalam has declared that he had also inherited the values of honesty, discipline, goodness, and kindness from his parents. His parents were so generous that outsiders who came to visit them never went hungry, even though they had limited means. Kalam also says that they lived in their ancestral house, which was a large Pakka house, which did not have any luxury, but all the important things like food, medicine, clothes, everything were provided to the family. Now, when Second World War broke in the year 1939, at that time there was a high demand of tamarind seed in the market. These seeds were actually roasted and converted to a powder in order to make tamarind kernel powder, also known as TKP. So Kalam began to collect and sell the seeds, and in exchange of an anna, it was a big amount for a boy like him as a child. So, at that time during the Second World War, an anna was a big amount for a boy like APJ Abdul Kalam because he was also a child at that time. Just like us, if we get 10 rupees or 50 rupees, it seems to us a big amount, right? Next. So, as Second World War broke, Rameswaram was basically an isolated place, so it was not affected by the war. But the trains that halted at the station were no more allowed to stop at the station. As a result, the bundle of newspaper were thrown. Now, Kalam's cousin Samshuddin used to distribute newspaper. So he sought Kalam's help to catch the bundle. And that is how Kalam got the chance to earn the first wages, which gave him immense self-confidence and a sense of pride. Children, when you also be earning for the first time, you will be feeling the same feelings. Just like when I begin my career, when I got my first payment, I was also feeling immense self confidence in me and a sense of pride. Now, Kalam introduces us with his friends. He had three friends, Ramananda Sastri, Aravindan, and Shiva Prakasham. All of them were very close to him. At the same time, all three were from Orthodox Hindu Brahmin family, and their friendship was so strong that religion never made any differences. Later in life, Ramananda Sastri took over the priesthood of Rameshwaram temple. Aravindam took a business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Siva Prakasham became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. Kalam's family used to arrange boats with a special platform during the annual Sri Sitarama Kalyanam ceremony. This platform was used to carry idols of Lord Rama from the temple to the wedding site, Ram Tirtha. Basically, it was a pond near Kalam's house. Kalam grew up listening to the stories both from the Ramayana and the life of Prophet from his mother and grandmother at bedtime. Some incidents left a deep impression on Kalam's young mind. When he was in 5th standard, a new teacher came to his class. He did not like Kalam, who is a Muslim boy, and happened to sit with Ramananda Sastri, who was a Brahmin. So he made Kalam sit at the back seat, simply because it was accordance to the social ranking of Muslims. Both Kalam and Ramananda Sastri were very sad at this action. Naturally, they were very good friends. So, that is why both of them were feeling very sad by the action of their new teacher. Sastri wept, and it had a deep impact on Kalam. Both the children went home and told their parents about this. Sastri's father summoned the teacher and told him not to spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in young mind. He told the teacher either apologize or leave the school. This made the teacher not only regret on his action, but he was also reformed. Another memorable incident from the childhood of APJ Abdul Kalam was the famous Shiva Subramaniam Iyer, Kalam's science teacher. He invited Kalam to his house for a meal. Now, Shiva Subramaniam Iyer was an Orthodox Brahmin, and his wife was very conservative. She was horrified at the idea of inviting a Muslim boy to dine in her ritually pure kitchen. When she refused to serve Kalam, Iyer did not lose his appetite. Not only he served with his own hand, but also sat and ate with him. He invited Kalam the next weekend as well. Noticing Kalam's hesitation, Iyer told him to be prepared to face such situations if he wished to change any system. When Kalam visited Iyer's house again after a week, his wife took him to his kitchen and served him food with her own hand. The freedom of India was about to come when the Second World War ended. Following Gandhiji's plea, entire nation was hopeful of building their country themselves. So Kalam also took his father's permission to go and study further in Ramanathapuram. His father permitted him willingly for his growth because he wanted his son to grow. He even convinced Kalam's mother by telling her that parents should not force their ideas upon their children, as they have their own way of thinking. So, this is how Kalam secured childhood, inspiring parents, supportive friends, honest teachers help him inculcating great values in him and gave him wing of fire. So children, that's all for today. I want all of you to read the chapter yourself and try to understand the meaning. Thank you children. Have a nice day.